Today for us, it's an important day. I'm going to first introduce, or I'm going to allow comrade leaders here to introduce themselves so that you understand who we are. And after that, I will be telling you what are we doing, what we have decided to do. I'm sure there is some guesswork there. Magashule is joining EFF, Magashule is joining Areta. Let's see what's going to happen today. Let me start with the man from Northern Cape. Come here, my brother. Introduce yourself. Little background, and then.
Thank you very much. Good morning, members of the media. South Africa is large. Onze gemeenskap in the Noordkap, Northern Cape. My name is Monde Alistair January, MJ from Northern Cape, the one who was coordinating the forums that has been established all over the Northern Cape to contest the 2021 local government and managed successfully to have councillors in council throughout different towns in the Northern Cape. Therefore, we are ready to have change in our country and to make sure that the people lead in this particular economic struggle that we are looking at. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Comrade MJ. There are many comrades from Northern Cape outside here, but we have decided let's have one leader, and then we are going to have a leader from KZN. You'll see this movement is going to be about everybody, disabled people, almost everybody.
Sorry, please, can you just stand next to the person, please?
Oh, I must stand. Okay. What's next to you?
Oh, I like this. Let me greet all people that are here. My name is Richard from Kanyagude at KZN. I was being a councillor of the ANC from 2011, 2016 to being a PR councillor. So now I'm at home. So now I'm joining this movement, and I say that I will just represent people with disabilities that are outside. I think they are happy when they see myself here, that they seems as if everybody they don't care with themselves. So right now, if I'm here, when they see myself, they will see that no, this is the organization that you can join and work together with them. Thanks very much, everyone who are here. Thank you.
Like it, somebody from Western Cape. You can come, both of you.
Oh, okay. Oh, good morning, everybody. My name is Tembagazi Banchi from Western Cape. I was a member of ANC in good standing, and I have resigned because I want to see change to our people. Now I'm joining this new party that is coming to our people. Thank you very much.
Good morning. The name is Lindley Ulrich. Ook van die Weskaap. Ook maar voor ontwikkeling en so aan. Maar ook om die partij samen te gaan. Maar de actie is niet net beloftes, maar actie. To take good action and to come to our people, to the people's party really.
Ons gaan ons beloftes nakom. Let me get somebody from the Free State. Former, okay, he'll tell you.
Dumelang Habsheni, Kwemore. Let me take this opportunity to recognize the presence of the media and also greet your viewers at different respective angles of the country. I'm Rangele Lawrence Musinto, the former Provincial Secretary of POCRU, the Police Union for the past 15 years and ultimately served as a Deputy General Secretary of POCLU for 7 years. I became the Central Executive Committee member of COSATU for 7 years. I also served as a Deputy Regional Secretary of the African National Congress. So I'm very much content and confident. Thanks very much.
Let's get somebody from Gauteng.
Morning, everyone. My name is Palesa Mtimkulu. Yes, I'm based here in Soweto. So we'll be doing Soweto. And Soweto is going far. And we'll be basing with the youth, mostly youth, and we're going there. Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Then let me call, where is Mpumalanga? Check Mpumalanga for me. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Makaza Gantuli. I'm here to stand from Mpumalanga province. It's not an easy province, it's very tough. But I joined this movement because I want to change politically in my province and to ensure that we protect the power station that we have and the mines so that our people can get more job and other skills that are required in the province so that we can better our people's life. Thank you. Mandla.
Eastern Cape. General.
Good morning, everybody. Goeiemorgen. Yenda Thobela. Molweni bethu. I'm General Benin Jameza Mthandazo. Eastern Cape. I'm a career policeman. And everybody knows me in this country. Actually, all over in the African countries. I police here in Gauteng. I was the head of detective for Gauteng. And I was the head of detective in the Eastern Cape. And the head of detective and the intelligent, Limpopo. And you know almost. After that, a big post came and I became the head of the Hawks. When you see those vehicles, it's me who designed those vehicles. So I made a change in the Hawks. The reason why today the general is here, guys, we want an alternative. There must be a change. Thanks.
Which province is not here? Northwest. Where is Northwest? Check Northwest for me. Otherwise, the guys from Limpopo are going to be late, so we decided we can't wait for them. But I'm sure the comrade from Northwest will be here. So let me read. Come and introduce yourselves. How come you don't introduce yourself with your profile?
From the Eastern Cape. I also have worked very much for the South African government in almost most of the spheres of government, all of them. As a spokesperson, I once advised the mayor in one of the municipalities in the province in the Eastern Cape. But the main reason why I'm here is around the fact that it is high time that we have an alternative. And more than anything is the fact that our people are suffering each and every day. And they are the basic challenges that we are faced with that has to do with poverty, same challenges that has to do with unemployment. How do we then come up with a strategy that will actually assist in terms of changing the situation? That's why I'm here. Thanks.
Okay, I can now start. Well, I'm Ace Makashule. I come from a small town called Paris, and I'm happy we are in Gauteng, Johannesburg, Soweto. This is where I spent most of my years of struggle. Soweto, Alex, I had 18 places of hiding during the years of struggle with the likes of the Peter Mokaba, the now Premier of Limpopo, and many, many comrades from Dobsonville, Shawela, where my commander was staying, Orlando West, Orlando East, Meadowlands, Hillbrow, Yeoville, 18 places. And the person who was paying for accommodation was Bayers Naude. Allow me to welcome all those who have come to grace our media briefing today. You journalists, welcome the press, members of communities who are here, comrades and compatriots and leaders of the new political party that are here assembled. These are interim leaders. There are many leaders because for the last 6 months we have been working on the ground. You're not just going to see us here in the press conference. I'm sure you'll see the ground and you'll now see us all over South Africa. We also wish to greet viewers and listeners wherever they are. And before I tell you who we are, I'm going to tell you what we have done. We have consulted, and you know that I've engaged former President Mbeki, former President Zuma, Kgalema, Matthew Posa, other leaders, provincial leaders of the ANC, like chairpersons and secretaries. My branch executive committee is all here today as the BEC and BEC members across some of the parts of the country, especially closer to Gauteng, Northwest, Northern Cape, Free State. We are all over Gauteng, Johannesburg. I think we're still working where we have not worked hard is West Rand, but from Ekurhuleni to the Vaal, that's where I spend a lot of time also as a teacher. We are a new political party and we call ourselves a people's party. And you are going to see that we are a people's party because we are about people and we will rise and fall on behalf of the people. We have engaged and will continue to engage traditional workers, traditional leaders, traditional healers, workers, the unemployed, church leaders, teachers, professionals, lawyers, municipal workers, academics, public servants who are afraid that if they join, they will be expelled from work. But we have said they have a right to associate with political parties. That's what we have fought for. We want to acknowledge we have engaged freedom fighters, ex-combatants of our movement. And here in this street, I'm from one house of one of the veterans of our movement who left the country in 1975, who comes from the Free State, Winbeck. I'll give you his name. I have just gone to him and he has said, you have done a good thing. He's one of the combatants who fought during the struggle in Angola. And maybe we could even wish him to come here, and I'm sure as the press conference continue, we may actually ask him to come because he's just next door here. So what is our ideology? Number one, we uphold African nationalism as our foundation pillar. Number two, we cherish and foster Pan-Africanism as our liberating creed. Number three, we are guided by the spirit of African self-determination. Why does a political party exist? I'm not going to talk about us for now, but about a political party. A political party exists as a vehicle for socio-economic change, aiming at bettering the lives of its people. A political party exists as a fortress of hope for the oppressed and downtrodden masses. Our political party will exist as a custodian of the aspirations of its people and generations to come. a political party exists, and this political party shall exist to challenge all forms of oppression, discrimination, and injustices. We wish to exist to join our people and partner with them. That's why we are the People's Party. We are not going to be a party of leaders. We are community leaders, we are activists, and that's why in our leadership, when we unveil our leadership, you are going to see people across, different people, disability, people living with albinism, all people and all South Africans, black, white, Indian, colored, whatever you may call them. There has been a bitter struggle inside the African National Congress for its soul. There have been contradictions over the years for the hegemony of progressive ideas within the ANC. Sadly, we have seen the oldest organization moving fast towards the right and abandoning its center-left position. The struggle for the soul of the ANC has witnessed the systematic marginalization of forces to the left. Winnie Mandela was sidelined because I stayed here in Orlando. When I trained in the underground, the first time I knew how to handle an AK-47, Winnie Mandela's house here. My commanders were coming from here, Shawela, Diepkloof, Free State, Gauteng. Chris Hani was killed in cold blood. Julius Malema was expelled for demanding the return of the land. Jacob Zuma was down like a dog for fighting white monopoly capital. A new cadre, ANC cadre, that is endorsed by the DA and neoliberal handlers has emerged. The sacrifices of our people who went to exile and those who died in the apartheid gallows must never be in vain. Our people who fought for freedom in South Africa and outside South Africa must not, their struggles and their sacrifices must never be in vain. There are two objectives why this party is going to exist. One objective today we want to achieve is to announce a new organization. We're not joining any other party. I have engaged leaders of different political parties, especially progressive parties in South Africa, of the like-minded, the people who understand the aspirations of our people. As I've said, I've also informed the leaders of the African National Congress. Number two, our objective today, to all of you South Africans, wherever you are, in villages, in small towns, in cities, urban centers, in wards across the country, is to make a clarion call to all of you to find a new political home for the homeless, the betrayed, and the fatigued. We make a clarion call to academics, teachers, workers, nurses, doctors, our youth, students, those who are still unemployed, graduates, youth, elderly, taxi drivers, queue marshals, soldiers, police, traditional leaders, uneducated and educated people, and all public servants, churches and synagogues, to join us in the new ship of freedom. We are going to sail together to the true destination of freedom. And why are we here? We are here because we have suffered collective betrayal as a people and a nation at the hands of the people who claim to be our leaders. We have been sold out with few pieces of silver. Many towns are collapsing. such as in the Vaal. If you know the Vaal, September 3, 1984, I was a teacher there during that time. A lot of leaders in the Vaal were my students. If you go to that town, if you go to Sebokeng, if you go to Boipatong, if you go to Bophelong, if you go to Sharpeville, if you go to Everton, the same streets where I was staying, in Zone 13, Zone 14, Zone 11, Zone 3, the same streets are still the same today. We as leaders, we have abandoned and forgotten our masses, the people who actually made us and who contributed to freedom, the people who freed us from bondage. The ANC of Oliver Tambo, and I deliberately start with Oliver Tambo because it looks like people have forgotten the longest serving president of the ANC in struggle and inside the country and outside the country. You'll remember during the years 60s, before the ANC was banned, Luthuli and Tambo had to agree that the Luthuli will remain in the country and Oliver Tambo will leave the country and go and mobilize. And Oliver Tambo went to the West and he tried to get support of Western countries, and he could not get support of Western countries because Western countries were supportive of the apartheid regime. And from there, Oliver Tambo went to the East. That's why we are working with those progressive, whether you want to say Cuba and Russia and China, those are our traditional people who supported us during years of struggle. And many countries in Africa, the liberation movement in Namibia, the liberation movement in Zimbabwe, Chama Chama in Tanzania, and all other liberation movements. The legacy of our leaders is spit upon with impunity. State assets are privatized. One of the reasons why we had a fight in the ANC, and if you want to know the truth, you must ask comrades of NUMSA, you must ask the comrades of Crew Association of South Africa, those who were trying to save SAA. And when we're at the stage of thinking that we are not going to sell and privatize SAA, you can talk about different, you can talk about corporatization of these assets, privatization, but the fact of the matter is that assets are privatized, and I said SAA is sold for a song. And I believe that Eskom will soon be privatized. And what must become of all those retrenched workers? The post office is going. The judiciary is captured and compromised. There is selective justice. The media is quiet. The recommendations of the Zondo commissions are gathering dust. And those implicated are promoted into high offices. And you know them. The 18 women who were raped by the so-called Zamazamas are still waiting for justice in the West Rand. A section of politicians who have never worked have become instant billionaires and multi-millionaires, while the poor live on a paltry grant of 350 rand. I'm sure 350 rand, people say, yeah, but this is how black people are treated. The cost of living is skyrocketing, and basic foodstuffs are not subsidized. There is hunger and famine in our communities. We who are doing door-to-door on daily basis, we can see today South Africa, our people are hungry. There is poverty. The middle class has gone. If you go to the banks, repossessions, our parents can no longer take their kids to universities. So everything in South Africa, after 30 years of struggle and freedom, political freedom, everything is collapsing. The Freedom Charter and its principles have been betrayed in exchange for a free market economy at the expense of the poor. The national infrastructure has been destroyed, and the standard of living of our people has been lowered to tragic levels. Our roads are fields for the poor, causing huge financial burden from tire and general maintenance. You go to the Eastern Cape, where General Ntemeza comes from, and many others. You go throughout our towns and townships, our roads are killing fields. Our people have to daily deal with load shedding, water shedding, job shedding, and life shedding. These have become our second nature. Here today, we are now going to announce a new ship for freedom. And I want to say to all South Africans, here is a ship of freedom. Come along and join us and all those who are weary and politically abused. So I'm going to ask people to unveil the logos and the name of a new party. Can we do so? Program Director. And I think our people, wherever they are, in Everton, wherever they are in Sebokeng, wherever they are in the Free State, wherever they are in Northern Cape, I'm sure wherever they are, they will wear their T-shirts. Come, unveil. Have you unveiled? That is the party of solidarity. You can now see our logo. You are going to see different things we are going to act against. Other banners will say, and our T-shirts will mention retrenchment and act against privatization. You don't see it on these banners because they are different banners. They are different T-shirts. Here is our logo, the blood of our people, the land, the economy. I usually don't wear a cap because I will immediately have a headache. So this is our organization, African Congress for Transformation. It's okay, leave the caps, they are for this table here. We are happy that this new party is going to work with all progressive structures. And in October, we will go to a conference and we'll unveil our manifesto, and you'll see the leadership of this organization. We are interim leaders. We have met professionals. We have met lawyers. We have met teachers. We have met young people from villages. All of us have been addressing mass meetings wherever we have been, in KZN, in the poor rural areas. I'm sure we can release all those mass meetings to the media. As I say, as we are wearing these T-shirts, there are people out there in the Val with these T-shirts. There are people out there in Paris, in Kopis, in Vredefort, in Ventersburg, in Henneman, in Velkom, in Virginia, in Ordendalsrus, and their representatives are here. We do not want people to come here with buses because we are working on the ground. We are the people's organization. It's a pleasure to announce this new party, African Congress for Transformation. We have informed our friends across Africa because we are about African nationalism. We are about Pan-Africanism. We have informed them, the likes of SWAPO, ZANU-PF, all the liberation movements. We have informed those countries belonging to BRICS, and we have written to various embassies. And all people and all, we are going to call. In fact, we have been invited by ANC comrades in the next 3 weeks. I think by the end of September, the ANC comrades have called us to a cadres assembly, which will be in the Val in 3 weeks' time. The date has been determined. I can't just remember the date. The cadres of the ANC have invited all of us, and we said we'll come and hear what they want from us. We hope they will actually all join this movement. We never encouraged anyone to ban the ANC T-shirts. We don't know what to do with the ANC T-shirts, but I have never banned my T-shirts. Maybe I can donate them. I don't know to who, because this party wants to act against crime, unemployment, poverty, retrenchment, privatization, water shedding, load shedding, hunger, famine, femicide, act against gender and women abuse, against discrimination, and all forms of human abuse. Our slogan is hashtag Amadela Kufa. Madela Kufa during the struggle are people when they were arrested, those comrades of Mkondo were seized. They never sold out. They died with information. We have been tortured. Those who don't know torture and apartheid, they are leaders today and maybe they know better. We have decided we're not going to talk about ANC and ANC leaders. We are not bitter. Yes, we are disgruntled members. I'm disgruntled because the ANC of Oliver Tambo, the ANC I joined for more than 43 years, is not the ANC we know today. So, you may call us disgruntled, as the media always use that term. We are disgruntled because the ANC has sold out our people. But there are many good leaders of the African National Congress, and they are still within the ANC, and we are interacting with them because we are fellow freedom fighters, comrades. We share trenches together. I've been inside the country and outside the country, not just in Hillbrow, as one of the leaders says. Magashule was in Hillbrow. I don't want to talk about ANC leaders. That's why I don't even respond to what Mbalula always says. Because if I have to respond, I will respond and it won't be nice. I'm not that type of leader. I can't stoop low. So this party is not going to talk about ANC. This party is going to talk about our people. It's going to talk about poverty. It's going to talk about all people, black and white, Indian, coloreds. That's why you see MJ from Northern Cape. We already in Northern Cape have 56 councillors. You might call them service delivery forums. All those are our members. So here we are. Here is a new ship of freedom. Please, South Africans, come along and join us, all those who are weary and politically abused. In biblical terms, when I change the platform and I go to church, I always say, Lona ba nyorilwe, Lona ba khathetse, Lona ba felletsweng ke tshepo. You the hopeless, come home. This is a new ship. Die mense van Suid-Afrika, die enigste organisasie van die mense, ons altyd sê, die mense sal regeer. Dat wat ons in die Vryheid Manifest 1955 gesê. Ons wil vandag ook sê, hierdie organisasie is die organisasie van die mense van Suid-Afrika. Come and join in your numbers white person, wherever you are, Zulu, Xhosa, Sotho, Venda, Shangani, Hlanganani, Tswana. And you are going to see it even in the leadership across all provinces. We are already having branches of Amadela Kofa, African Congress Transformation. And we will unveil the leaders. The leaders of this movement are leaders who come from different political parties, not just the African National Congress. They are leaders who come from communities. We have requested some of the councillors who wanted to resign to remain with the movement because we don't want forces of darkness to run our municipalities. So comrades ANC, wherever you are in your municipalities, I know in my municipality, 7 councillors of the ANC wants to resign. I said, no, I don't want my municipality to be run by the DA, the force of darkness. So no surrender, no compromise, no retreat. During our time with Peter Mokaba and others, we said life or death, victory is certain. Solidarity, freedom and prosperity. Amandla, Amadela Wofa. Thank you so much.